Good morning. How's everybody doing today? I'm gonna start this video with, again, I do not have Messenger. Please do not try to contact me on Messenger because you will not hear from me for many, many months because people are too much. It's just too much for me. So I do have a email set up linked to the account that you can reach me at. And for those of you that know me personally, you got my cell phone, so please send me a text message. Yeah, or if you want to get in contact with me, then leave a comment, but don't use Messenger because I don't have it. I'm sorry, I can't. Cause too many problems. So this is more, it feels like today's relationship reading. I think that's what it's focusing on. So if you're not in a relationship or about to be starting one or getting out of one, this might not be for you. But it is energy, so maybe it's someone you know that might be dealing with it that needs the message. Feel free to share it. Yeah, and take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate, leave the shit here. You don't need you making up stories and stressing yourself out, okay? If you guys have a good relationship, let it keep being good. Don't focus on this shit. But this is for the people that are going through shit or haven't really found their footing in the relationship or getting out of the relationship. So again, with this obsessive thinking, like all right, so I don't even know what I could say at this point with this fucking obsessive thinking, because understand, the more you play a situation or a scenario in your head, the more energy you're putting into that, whatever it is. If it's a fuck that, I'm gonna assume it's not a good obsessive. So you're putting that type of energy into this. So understand that that's not beneficial to your life. And if you are dealing with someone, give it to spirit. You know, if you're like in your head so fucking much, release it. Let spirit deal with it and understand that they know what's best for you. If you allow them to work in your life, they're going to work in your life. But you're obsessively thinking about all right, your love partnership and your well-being. So it's either maybe you're obsessing about both, or maybe there's two separate messages in this. So you know where you fall on this. If you are being obsessive about a love relationship, let's start with, if you're already in a relationship and you're being like jealous and controlling, and or you're dealing with somebody like that, understand that that's not going to be good for you in the long run, okay? It might, like, everybody's like, oh, it's cute, he's jealous, oh, that means he loves me. No, that means he's insecure and got a whole lot of other shit he needs to fucking work out. So don't do that. You know, people that are confident in themselves, that love themselves, are going to be okay with you having your own life. There's not going to be the need for jealousy and insecurity and having to fucking explain yourself every 2 motherfucking seconds. Like, that's not a relationship. That's, hey, you're my property, I belong to you. Like, that type of shit. Don't do that, okay? Maintain your boundaries. But if you're being obsessive because you're thinking about going into a relationship and you're not sure what to do or which way to go, then that's a different type of obsession. And you need to figure out what it is that's causing you to be so in your head about this, you know, because the reality is, it's, you like them, you don't like them. You love them, you don't love them. You want to be with them, you don't want to be with them. It's not a really hard decision. It's a yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. And you know how you feel. The only thing that interferes with that is, let's say you guys have a history and maybe fucked up shit happened in between on both your parts. Okay, let's say both parties are guilty of bullshit. And maybe you, maybe them, maybe both of y'all are in your heads about this and you don't know which way to go with the relationship. You know, and that's fine. But ultimately, look at it as, if it was a no, if it was something that was a definite no, you wouldn't even be questioning it. You wouldn't even be debating it. So the fact that you're still sitting there and it's in your head about it so fucking much means that it's something that you probably really do want to do. So take the necessary action, take the steps towards the relationship, and stop being so in your head about how many which ways it can get fucked up. You know, like I said, if you guys do have history, history is fucking history. You can't change it. You learn from it and you grow from it. If this person is really that important to you, you will learn to forgive and move past it, because that's how you unconditionally love someone. And if you're not able to do that, then release it. Release it so that both of you can be released from the fucking connection and move forward with your lives. You know, but if you're really in your head, then for me, that says that you want to do it. That's just how I personally feel. Now, it could be different. Maybe you're just like, hey, no, this bitch did all these horrible things and I don't want to talk to her ever fucking again, but I can't stop thinking about her. There's a reason you can't stop thinking about her. Spirit's telling you, hey, flashing red lights, hey, look at this person. Hey, do you see her there? They want you to acknowledge the person. So there's a reason why you're so in your fucking head. Get out of your fucking head. Go into your heart space. Make the decision from there. So, and if you're debating on leaving a partnership, now, that's a little bit harder, because then it comes into the family, kids, commitments, marriages, houses, car, like all the shit that you guys collectively share together. And maybe you're debating on getting out of the relationship, or you don't know how to leave the fucking relationship. So that's a different thing to be obsessing about. But ultimately, if you're going to think about it, think about solutions. Don't think about the problems. You want solutions to what you're going through. You don't want more fucking problems, because if you keep focusing on problems, you're going to keep getting problems. Focus on solutions, on how you're going to end this situation, on how you're going to remove yourself from this situation. And if you do have children, or it is a matter of, I don't know how I'm going to be able to make this happen, take the time. There's plenty of resources out there. There's plenty of agencies that are meant to help. Some people are not very helpful, but they're meant for that purpose. Reach out, reach out to family, reach out to friends, reach out to whoever it is that'll help you get out of whatever situation you're in right now. So please, just choose, where you stand and which one resonates more with you. I just give them as they come out. I don't know. Now for the health, if you have been, okay, if you're in your head about being sick, good morning, Owen, how are you? If you're in your head about your health, maybe you're ill and you're stressed out about it and you don't know what the fuck you're gonna do or how you're gonna deal with it, and any combination, Spirit wants you to just hang in there, okay? Don't give up. Don't give up. So stay positive about the outcome. Don't start thinking negatively. Don't start feeling bad for yourself. Like, don't do that, okay? So if that's what one of your issues is, like, just find homeopathic remedies. Find ways to heal, do yoga, qigong. Like, do these things that are going to benefit your health in the long run, okay? Especially if you've already been diagnosed and you're already ill and you don't know what the fuck, which way to go. So don't think about it. Don't put yourself down. Don't fucking want to go on a murder spree or whatever. Don't focus on anything else. Focus on healing you and making you better, okay? And sometimes that comes in forms of fasting. Sometimes it comes in form of eating a raw diet or adding a routine like yoga into your life, okay? Because a lot of the disease that comes is from a spiritual level, energetic level, because there's things that you probably haven't dealt with, or you've just been taking on so much of other people's bullshit that it's affecting you. So maybe a raw food diet would be best, because there's a lot of other shit when you eat meats and you're taking in a lot of dairy. So research, okay? Do research. It's important. Don't believe everything I tell you. Don't believe everything everybody else tells you. Research the shit. Find out what's going to be beneficial to you, what's going to be helpful to you to get you out of this, okay? And talk to somebody. Like, even if you fucking find a group, a support group, a therapist, whatever, but you need to have a support system going so that you can stay in the up and up. You know, you don't want to get bogged down with the bullshit, you know, and have faith, be positive, because I don't see it turning out badly, but I feel like right now you have to show your strength. So wherever you got to pull it out of, find it, okay? Now, with the health or the relationship, whichever ones you're being obsessive about, it's going to go the distance. So if you are considering getting into the relationship and you're not sure if it's going to be worth your time, it's going to be worth your time. It's going to be long lasting. So don't doubt it. It's going to last for fucking ever, for as long as you're alive, okay? It's going to go the distance. So it's a solid person that you're dealing with. Now, if you're at a distance, good morning, Taylor, how are you doing? If you're at a distance from the person that you're contemplating committing to, I don't know, then you need to travel. You need to go the distance to see that person. You need to make it known that I am interested in you, even if it's something that you're fearful of, and yeah, you are all in your fucking head. Just communicate, like, truthfully, just fucking communicate, because in the communication, it's easier for you guys to work together and find a level playing field, as opposed to someone being completely in the dark and you holding everything inside. Yeah, one person, they're going to be like, they don't give a fuck about me, so whatever. And the other person's like, I love you so much, I just am fucking terrified. And both of y'all are just going to be at ends because there's no communication. So if you have feelings, express those feelings. You know, it's nothing to tell someone how you feel. You know, you just let it be known. It doesn't need to be reciprocated. Just know that you did what was best for you. Let it out. Tell the person how you feel, but have that communication, so that way, if there is that intention, then discuss it. Have the dialogue so that intention can build into something more. Because as long as you keeping the shit inside, it's just sitting there. It's sitting there and you're putting in bad energy into the shit because you're just obsessively thinking. So for the health, listen, do what you need to do, but don't give up on yourself, okay? Now for the relationship, it comes down to willingness and loyalty. So if you're obsessively wondering if this person is going to be loyal to you, yes, they're going to be loyal to you. And if they're willing, there has to be a willingness. You know, one person is willing to compromise if the end game is love. So it's you or the other person again. But one of you are willing to compromise on the other person's need. Good morning, Janine. Oh, thank you. So one of you are, you know, maybe you're the one that's willing to compromise for the other person, because maybe you know how they feel, because you just know, and they're just scared. And you're like, you know what, I'll work with you. I'm willing to sit here and go through this with you as long as it's going to lead to something. You know, I'm not just going to do this just to fucking do it. You know, like, just don't. But that person is going to be loyal to you. So it's going to, like I said, it's going to go the distance. It's going to last. So don't be mad at the situation or the person. Just speak up. Okay? Because as long as you're loyal, then everything is going to be good. Now, you have the power to create your life. And right now it feels like there's some hostility. There's something that's going on, whether it's in your environment or within yourself, that you're just like fighting and fighting and fighting, and you don't know which way to go. And that could be the obsessive thinking. But really, it's like the way it is like you have this option, which is torturing yourself and staying by yourself for whatever situation you're in currently, or the better option of, I'm going to say what I need to say. I'm going to take the steps. So whenever you decide which way you want to go, make the better choice, okay? Just because you're afraid of something doesn't mean that it's bad for you. It just means you need to find the courage to do it, okay? Now, Spirit's saying that you need to listen to your intuition, okay? Because that's the only way this is going to work. If you keep on doing the obsessive shit, you're going to be stuck forever. You're not going to... It's just going to be a missed opportunity. Okay, that's what it's going to end up being. It's going to end up being a missed opportunity, and this is someone that is a blessing to you. So don't miss the fucking opportunity, man. Get out your head and say what the fuck you need to say. There's only words. Just be nice. Speak like you would want to be spoken to. Just, okay, don't be on no extra shit. And, the rebel. So the person here, maybe they're afraid of commitment, or maybe they just don't like being kind of in a committed relationship, like bound, or feeling like they have to... the word I'm looking for. It's just, it's hard. I can't find a word, so I'm not even gonna try right now. But they could be just someone that's like, I like to be free. Because, you know, there's people that are like that. Like, I'm a person, I like to be free. I don't do well with rules, authority, like, all of that shit's not for me. And this goes back to the toxic relationship habits of, oh, they're jealous. Oh, they tell me I need to be home by this time, or they tell me I can't wear this. And no, all of that's insecurity. That's not love. So to be in this relationship, you have to be a true partnership. It can't be the jealousy. It can't be the controlling. It can't be any of those things. You have to let them be free and allow them to live their life the same way as you want to be free and live your life. Okay? But have the conversation about your expectations from each other. You know, like, I expect you to be committed to this. I expect you to be faithful. I expect these things if this is the relationship we're going to be pursuing. Girl, yes. Please get out your head. It's not worth it. It's a horrible fucking place to be at. I know. I spend a lot of time there sometimes. I'm just like, shut the fuck up! But it happens. But understand, you have to have that dynamic, okay? It has to be a partnership. Like, your best friend. Like, truly your best friend. You guys are friends. You guys all do everything together. You share your stories, but you each still have separate lives. Allow that to be like that, because if you try to control this person, the relationship isn't going to work out the way you want it to. So, understand. Don't let your peers or your old wounds or any of those things interfere with what you have going on right now, okay? Don't allow somebody else to put shit in your ear about whoever the fuck this is or whatever the situation is, because it's nobody else's business besides yours and that person. So fuck everybody else. Okay? I'm sorry. And for those of you that are going through a world of shit or have all types of drama going on and are currently going through a breakup, because it's saying that some of you are going through a breakup. And it could be from this situation going into the next one, but however it works for you. It could be other, it doesn't have to be a breakup. It could be work, moving, whatever it is, however it resonates for you. But the way I'm looking at it is a love relationship. So there is a change that's coming, and you have a lot of drama. Like, you're always fighting. It's just a toxic situation that it's like, you haven't released. And I'm not sure why you haven't released it, but you have to release this relationship in order to get the blessings that are coming into you. Because this was meant to happen, but don't look at it as a bad thing. Look at it as it was a learning experience. So if you are in a toxic relationship, or you're with someone that has an addictive personality and is addicted to other types of like substances and all that shit, just sometimes you just have to release it. It's only a lesson. It's something to teach you, okay? It's either, hey, you needed to learn this because now you'll be more appreciative of the next person that comes into your life, or maybe it was something you did to someone in your past life, in past relationships, that now it's coming back to you so you can understand the damage that you did to someone else. Okay, everything is a lesson. Just take it as a lesson. Don't look at it as a loss, because what I've been working on is really just being present. So the more I realize, the more present I am, I'm not worried about the future, what the fuck's gonna happen. I'm just here and now. And it's easier to be here and now than all over the place. But if you keep on going to all these places and staying in these fucked up situations, it's not gonna help you, okay? Because you have to learn to release. And when you're present, you just appreciate every moment you have, because you're like, this is nice, I love this. And then it ends. So when something ends, allow it to end. Be thankful for the experience. Be grateful that you had the opportunity to be happy with this person, or share love with this person, or whatever it was that you guys had. Just be grateful and part ways. It doesn't have to be this ugly, toxic fucking ending. And that's what people don't understand. Is like, everybody wants to make it into this ugly ass situation. And it's like, why? Your feelings, you're gonna heal. You're gonna feel better in time. You know, it's gonna hurt. I'm not saying it's not gonna hurt. I'm not saying you're not gonna want to cry. You're gonna want to cry. You're gonna want to do all this shit. Do it. Cry. Be okay with that. Because it's someone you love that you no longer have. But understand that it doesn't have to be a bad ending. Just because you guys, you meet people. Let's say this was years and years ago. You guys were different people from who you are today. Okay? Most people, not everybody, because some people don't fucking change. But let's say years and years, you were younger, like in your 20s. Let's say you were 20 years old, you met this person, you guys started a family, whatever. Now you're 30 years old, 10 years passed, you've reached your climax. You can't go any further in the relationship you're in. There's no room to grow. Nothing's changing, or maybe one of you is changing, the other one isn't changing. It's time to part ways, because we're all here for a different reason. We all have our lessons and we all have our paths. So understand that when you're with people for so long and you guys aren't growing and encouraging each other to change and being there for each other, then naturally you're going to fall apart. You know, you're going to split. That's what happens. It's natural. But you have to be okay with allowing this, and stop putting this fantasy into everything lasts for fucking ever, because nothing lasts forever. Everything ends. So be okay with it and say, okay, you know what? I had a wonderful time. I learned all of these things. I'm thankful for you. And you let it go. And you keep it pushing. You're sad for a little while, but the more you're angry and toxic and you put that energy into it, the worse you're going to feel and the longer you're going to hold on to it. And it's not meant for that. It's meant to feel it, acknowledge it, let it go. Let it go, okay? Because you're blessed. The situation, like, this is a blessing. The relationship that you need to get out of to get to the other one, it's going to be a blessing, but you need to get out of this toxicity. So stop holding on to the old shit. The people that are not good for you, the people that are not supportive of you, the people that put you down, that backstab you every chance they fucking get, that talk shit about you. Put them to the side, okay? Let it go. Let it go. Now, some of you have, you're empathic. Like, that's the worst fucking feeling in the world. Is knowing how other people feel. Because when you're empathic, it's like, I can feel people's feelings. As soon as I walk in a room, I feel the energy, and I know how somebody, if somebody has an attitude with me, I know if somebody doesn't fucking like me, I feel it. So you don't have to say it, you don't even have to look like it, I just know. So when you have that with somebody that you care about, or someone that's a toxic person in your life, or you're dependable to that person, like you're always there, you show up for them. If they need money, you give them money. They need help, you're fucking there to help them. Whatever it is, you're there. And that person is a really toxic person. Maybe they have addictions. Maybe they just use people. Maybe they manipulate people. And they know this. They're going to keep coming back to you because they know you're going to feel bad, and you're going to keep giving and giving and giving. And it's not that they love you or anything. It's just that they know you're going to give them what they want from you. So it's okay to have empathy for people, but not at your expense. Okay? Understand that there comes a time where it's like, yeah, I do feel bad for you, but we done been down this road one too many times and I'm not doing it again. So find somebody else, because what you're doing is you're enabling them, but you're preventing them at the same time from learning their lessons, because sometimes you need to let people hit rock bottom. And if you keep saving them, their behavior isn't going to change. They're not going to learn. So you have to remove yourself and allow them to hit rock bottom, because that's the only way they're going to change. It doesn't mean you never have to talk to them or deal with them again. It just means that you need to let them learn their lessons by themselves and mind your business. Okay? So don't let people use you. This person is toxic. This is a toxic person. Allow them to leave your life, because you're going to get to a peaceful place. You know, when you realize this, you're going to find the balance and a calmness in your soul that you're going to be like, wow, I didn't know how peaceful this was, or how disruptive this energy was to my life and my well-being. So please, if you got this type of person, let that shit go. You don't need it. You don't want it. It's not good for you. Because in walking away, some of you can't just leave. You can't just walk away the way you want to. You can't just say, okay, well, I'm out of here. And maybe it's a contract, or you have children that you're obligated to. And you're like, I don't know how, or, you know, you're trying to figure it out. But have patience. Have patience, because a way is going to present itself, okay? So don't doubt it. All you have to do is just be willing to walk through and leave it to spirit. As long as spirit knows you have the intention in your heart and you're set on following your path, they're going to create a way. Be patient, okay? Don't rush it. Don't be like, oh, I need to go, and then fuck up your life and be fucking in a fucked up situation. Don't do that. So be smart about your decisions, but walk away from whatever this is. Walk away. And you need to own your power. So if you have been in a situation where this person, we'll just go with narcissists, because why not? They seem to just be assholes all the time anyways. So you have to be strong enough to stand up to this person. Don't let them manipulate you anymore. Don't let them come in and out. Don't let them feed you fucking breadcrumbs. Don't let them do any of these motherfucking things to you. Don't be like, oh, well, I'm going to be homeless if I don't get the money from my rent. Or I'm not going to have a car if I don't make my car payment. And no, you should have thought about that. You should have been responsible. You should have been like, well, maybe if you wasn't doing all those drugs, you'd have money for your rent. Maybe if you wasn't getting drunk all the time, you'd have money for your car payment. That's not your responsibility. If you choose to help somebody out, that's your choice. But I'm telling you now, they're not going to stop. It's going to be an ongoing fucking thing. So don't do it to yourself. Okay? Now, let me see. So being dependent on the other person. Codependency is a real problem. A lot of us, even myself, I've been in codependent situations where it's either someone is so dependent on me that it's just like, can I fucking breathe? Or you're dependent on someone else for financial purposes. Everyone has codependency. You know, you just have to figure out what it is and acknowledge that, okay, I am being codependent and I need to find a way to fix this. Okay? So if this person is codependent on you or you're codependent on them, it's not healthy. Okay? You have to have your own life so that you can be fully what you need to be. Okay? Now, surrendering to this here, what is now? Because this is the end, this is the change, this is a karmic completion. So instead of fighting this ending, you have to be okay with it and allow it to happen, okay? It is a necessary change that Spirit's bringing into your life. So allow it to happen, because if you do not, it's going to be bad. That person, they're saying right here, they're not for you. Not for you. So this toxic ass energy, this fucking manipulative asshole woman, whatever the fuck they are, they're not meant for you. You're meant for someone better, something better. So be okay with walking away from that. Understand it's not going to go anywhere, especially if this has been ongoing for God knows how long. It's not going to change. Okay, look at the patterns of how many fucking years, months, however long you've been dealing with this shit. And has it changed? Like, really, has the person changed? Has their action changed? People could say anything. I don't give a fuck about words. You could talk all motherfucking day. Nah, you better show me. When you show me, then you can talk to me. Your words don't mean shit over here. So keep it, let no words mean shit. Everybody's full of shit until otherwise proven, okay? You keep it that way, because you need to protect your fucking self from shit like this. This is fuckery. But it doesn't matter. If it's been ongoing for a long time, remove yourself. It's time to let that shit go. Because you're delaying things in your life, and you're also blocking things in your life. So you're missing out on opportunities. So, and you don't want to miss out on this partnership over something that is not going nowhere. It's not fucking worth it. You're going to regret it. I'm telling you, if you do not walk away, you're going to fucking regret it. Now, again, with the patience, okay? Be patient, because what's coming for you, it is coming. They're coming. But you need to clear the space. Allow the space to be there. Like, we're going to say it like this. If you're with somebody, y'all share a bed, right? You have a bed. And you're like, okay, well, I want a new partner. But you still have someone laying in your bed. Your universe can't bring you a new partner when that space is already occupied. You can't have two people laying on top of each other. I mean, you could, but that's some shit that I'm not ready to go into right now. What's going on, Janine? So two people, obviously you can't have two partners in the same fucking bed. You're gonna be like, unless you're doing some freaky shit. But for this conversation, we're gonna say we don't do that. So we're gonna move the other person. You have to remove that person, and then you have that space open. So as long as you have that space, then it's like, oh, you can come in. It's like, okay, now I can give you this blessing. I can give you this person. It's hard when you know you have to let go of something and taking the step to let go, Janine. Again, I speak from experience. I don't just pull shit out my ass. And I say this because there's been situations that I know very well I should have walked away from. It was devastating to my life. But because of the type of loyalty that I have to people, I will stay there. I would take the abuse. I would just keep on with the bullshit. Like, I would do whatever, even sacrificing myself for somebody else. Like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. If it's not your kids, don't sacrifice yourself for none of these fucking people. No. But you have to find the courage. And it takes time, And like I said, it's patience. Sometimes you just be patient and you see, because the opportunity will pop up. Like I said, sometimes when I'm like, I know something's coming, I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to let it rock out. And when it presents itself, I take the necessary action. So if you have that opportunity, take it. But a lot of us don't take it because we're so comfortable. We're so complacent where we're at. And it's just like, well, my life isn't horrible. It could be better, but it's not bad either. So why can't I stay living like this? Why can't I keep doing this? You can. Nobody's telling you can't. But in the long run, are you going to be truly happy with your life? Like, look at however much time you've already put into this situation, and what have you gotten? Are you happy? Have you fucking been happy at all at any point in time? You have to ask yourself these questions, because when you get to that point, you'll know. You'll be like, all right, I'm officially done. And when you're done, you can just go. Sometimes there's psycho men, which you have to be a little bit more careful about separating from. And there's children or marriages, which just takes a little bit more effort and work. But understand that you can. You just have to find the strength. Girl, the process is the real shit, I know. The process is like, oh man, because it wears you down. You're like, I'm trying so hard to get out of this. I'm working so hard to do this. And it doesn't happen. And you're just like, fuck. Like, I'm not making it anywhere. I'm not making any progress because that energy is just sucking the fucking life out of you. So I know it's a hard process because believe me, the shit that I've had going through, like it takes time and then it's work and then it's like, oh, nope, not yet. It's a setback. And then like, nope, not yet. So it's not, maybe we're ready, but what Spirit's preparing for us is not ready. So that's why we have to sit here and keep enduring shit. So don't feel bad about it, Janine. Like really don't feel bad. We all fuck up. We all have these fucked up situations, but just know that it's working itself out. So Spirit's creating a path for you right now, and everything is just trying to fall into place. Give it time. If you can give it time. If this is a toxic ass situation where it's abusive, get the fuck out. Just leave. Don't give nothing time. Just fucking leave and save yourself, okay? Save yourself. And if you have kids, just take them with you. I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, go be homeless. Or if you have family, reach out to family. If you have friends, reach out to friends. But worst case scenario, there are shelters. That's all depending on your situation, though. If you can go through your situation and find a better way out of it, then do that. But if you feel like time is of the essence, then only you know what's best for you and how to move, okay? You'll feel it in your soul when you're like, okay, I need to do this now. Like, it's time for me to make these fucking moves. And there's nothing that's going to stop it. There's nothing that's going to change it. You're going to just be done and you're going to fucking leave. And that's the way it happens. Like, we could sit here and say everything else, but ultimately when we're done, there's not going to be an excuse in the fucking world, because it's going to be like, I don't care that I have kids. I don't even care if he's going to fucking kill me. I don't care how psychotic he is. If he comes banging down my door, I'm fucking leaving, because then you're like, fuck it. It is what it is. You're going to kill me? Kill me, because that's the only way this is going to work out. Like, I'm tired of this shit. So just be patient, Janine. It's working itself out for you, okay? And be grateful. Be grateful for what you've experienced. Be grateful for the lessons you learned, okay? Because it's going to help you in your future relationships or other encounters that you have going on. Aw, so happy for you. I don't know. The one day whenever I have grandchildren, they're going to be spoiled as shit. I'll be like, here, take your baby back. They just got a sugar high now. Like grandma's going to bed. But they're saying this is the time. This is the time to take action, and you have to trust your intuition, okay? So appreciate the lesson. Say, I love you. Thank you for the fucked upness that you've given me. But I learned a lot, and maybe you'll treat the next person better, or maybe they'll treat the next person better. Yes, make the move. I'm telling you, Janine, make the move, because it's only going to be beneficial. It's blessings. But really, Spirit wants you to really go within yourself. They're saying take time for you. So this is a time for you to just take time. And they said go the distance. So if your person is at a distance, go the distance, okay? Time. Please do what you need to do, because while you might feel, hey Dory, how are you doing today? You might feel like you have forever, or this person's gonna wait on you forever. They're not. They're ready to start their life, and understand that the same way Spirit's bringing a person to you and you're blocking them, they're going to bring that person another person that's not going to block them. So choose carefully and choose wisely with what the fuck you're doing. You don't want to miss this person. You don't want to miss it. So let me see. What's the last one here? Be a visionary. Just because other people can't see your vision, or other people don't know what it is that you see, doesn't mean that you have to give it up. Doesn't mean you have to steer away from your beliefs just because somebody can't see what you see. I see shit that I'm like, I don't want to see none of this. I don't want to know nothing about my fucking life. I'm good. I just don't want to fucking know. So it's just because I see it. Doesn't mean that people that I talk to are like me and they're going to be like, oh, really? Yeah, oh, okay. No, they'd be like, nah, you're bugging. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm bugging. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm like, in time, you'll see. And that's it. Just keep it pushing. Like, don't let people deter you from whatever it is. What your vision is, you hold that vision. Don't let nobody change that, okay? So just do it for the highest good, okay? Whatever you're doing, do it of the highest good always, because spirit is able to work with you better, okay? So I know this was very relationship orientated today, which is odd for me. I don't normally get this shit, but since we're on love relationships, why not? I have these cool little cards that I bought, which I don't know, I just like them. So I'm gonna give you a few of each of the random decks that I pulled from. Right now, they're saying decide to forgive someone who's wronged you. So if this is something that has been a challenge for you, try it. See what happens, okay? Or record a video telling someone what you admire about them. Now, if this is the person you're afraid of getting into a relationship with or you're trying to pursue, try it. Say something nice. You know, maybe it'll be the first time they get something like that and they're like, oh, this was so sweet. Open the door for something, okay? Or write a love note to your partner. So if you're afraid of verbally expressing it, write a letter. Write a letter, send an email, send a long ass text message, whatever works for you, okay? So try those. Hang on. And here's some questions for you guys to ask yourself. No, Dory, people don't get it until it happens to them. But even when it happens to them, they become toxic and want to return the favor, basically. They're like, well, I was hurt, so now I'm going to hurt you. And it's fucked up. So that's why I just be like, listen, you can do whatever you want. I'm like, my feelings they might be hurt a little bit, but I'm not going to die. So if you want to do stupid shit, that's your choice. Do stupid shit. I'm not going to stop you. I'm going to keep living my life. So here's a question. How do we work well together and balance each other out? So I feel like that's a good question for anyone ever in any type of partnership, because it's good to know how you guys complement each other and how you balance out the relationship. Because what if somebody's very fucking aggressive? You can't have two really aggressive ass people together because it's going to be fucking toxic. They're going to be like, ah, all the time. So you'll need someone that's maybe they're aggressive and you have a more peaceful, calmer soul. So it'll balance it out, the yin and the yang. So ask the person, people, family, whatever. But it's a good question. And the other one, let's see. If our relationship ended tomorrow, what 3 things would you miss the most? So if this is a person you're thinking about going towards, if you were never to speak to them, see them again, what would you miss the most about this person? And maybe that'll help you in distinguishing, like, yes, this is my person. So just try to see, like I said, these are just questions, things to kind of trigger conversation or get to deeper, get more intimate, okay? What's your biggest fear for this relationship? And like I said, going into partnerships, we all have fears, but we don't share them with each other. We just assume, hey, you're going to know that I'm fucking scared. And no, share your fears. Say, okay, well, I want this relationship, but I'm afraid that you might hurt me, or that you're going to cheat on me, or you're going to lie to me, or you're going to betray me like all these people have. Be honest, okay? Just communicate honestly and openly, because when you communicate from the heart, everything is just easier and it opens up so many doorways. So it's important. Like, ask the questions, because when we don't ask the questions, we end up wasting time with people that don't really deserve our time. And a lot of us end up in these situations because we're like, oh, well, they're attractive to the eye. You don't want attractive to the eye. You want attractive to the soul. That's what's important. And this is more for, well, women and men both do it, but I feel like more men tend to gravitate towards women because, oh, she has a pretty face, or she has a nice body. And then that'd be the fucking devil. That's the devil in disguise right there. And you're just like, what the fuck? But y'all don't think about it. Y'all just like, I like the way she looks. And y'all need to stop. This is the type of connection that needs to end. Y'all need to connect on a soul level. That's why so many relationships fail. That's why there's so much cheating fucking happening. Because you're not with the person your soul wants to be with. You're with somebody because you like the way their body looks. So if you're with people on a superficial level, you're going to get superficial shit. Bad shit's going to happen because there's not that soul connection. When you have the soul connection, nothing's going to match that, because you know in your soul that that's the person. You know that I love this person. They're perfect for me in every way. Doesn't mean that they're perfect individual, but for you, they're perfect. So be okay. I'm sorry. Just stop this superficial ass connections, okay? Because this superficial shit is what has everybody fucked up, what has all of us broken, what has all of us depressed and fearful of fucking relationships, because it's all superficial, you know? And people see me, they're like, oh, she's pretty and she has a nice body and this. They don't know how fucking psychotic I am. They don't know nothing about my life. They just know the way I fucking look. And it's like, okay, but don't you want to know how I think? Don't you want to know how I love? Don't you want to know the type of person I am? And some people, yes. Other people, they don't. They just see what they see. So be okay with it and understand that the superficial shit, it's not here forever. I'm going to get old and wrinkly. Whoever you're looking at is going to get old and wrinkly. And all you're going to have is the soul. So if they got an ugly ass soul, you don't want to be with that for the rest of your fucking life until you die. You're going to be like, please kill me now. Okay, so who is most affected by your decision in this, whatever decisions you have going on? Who is most affected by the decision? How would you advise a friend in your position? So how would you advise a friend in your position to make this as... Now my throat's getting all clogged up. Holy shit. Whew. Throat chakras. Work on those. So yes, how would you advise your friend in your position? You know, because we give advice to our friends and we be like, no, don't do that. Or yes, do that. Look, take your own advice. Like, see how you would fucking want to be spoken to and what you need to happen, okay? So the last one is, how confident are you in your decision? Like on a scale of 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10. Excuse me, Jesus. So on a scale of 1 to 10, you know, is it, how confident? Is it going to work out like 50-50? Is it 1 like, nah, this shit's not good at all? Or is it 10 like, yes, this is a good possibility? So when you put it in numbers or you put it on paper, it's easier for you to be like what side you're leaning more to. And if you are in your head about the decision, just be like, okay, if it's fucking after a 5, then go towards the yes. If it's lower than a 5, then go to the no, okay? So just do what you need to do. But those are just questions and things for you to kind of trigger your thought process and try to get you to see things differently. So those are your messages for today. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope this resonates with you, and I hope it gives you whatever it is that you need to make the necessary steps, okay? Like, make the necessary moves. Have a good day. Bye.